I was trying to explain Girls Gone Wild to my daughter. And she was like, why would they do that? And I said, because cameras were like, if a camera showed up, you would act like a lunatic for a camera.
Yeah.
Like if a camera showed up, you'd be like, I'll do anything.
Yeah, well, not only a camera, they were getting a free T-shirt.
Oh, yeah. Canada, you are absolutely perfect this time of year. That's why I'm coming to the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival. Halifax, August 9th. Spokane, not technically Canada, but we'll say it is, August 23rd. Calgary, August 24th. And Vancouver, September 12th. It's me, Whitney Cummings, Miss Pat, Fortune Feemster, and Derek Stroop. Get your tickets at bertbertbert.com. I'll see you there. The Permission to Party World Tour kicks off September 18th in Rockford, Illinois, the 19th in Milwaukee, the 20th in St. Paul, Minnesota, the 21st in Duluth, Minnesota, followed by Eugene, Oregon, September 28th. Avoid scalpers and go to bertbertbert.com to get your lowest ticket price. I put 12 of these on my bed frame, like on my headboard, and throughout the night as I wake up, if I wake up, I murder one. I just kill it, down the whole thing, throw it. I love throwing it off the bed. I don't know. I'm not wearing headsets. If you can wear them if you want. Because you're
deaf at the moment. I can't. Actually, these aren't on, but
are they on? Here, let me put them on too.
Yeah, sorry about that. I got one ear that's working. The other one, I feel like that's much better. I can't fucking hear. They dug in there. They got the water. Psh, psh, psh,
really?
And they're like, this is like fossilized over your eardrum. I'm like, oh, good.
Dude, that would make a great fucking promo video. I watch those videos. If you give me cleaning a foot, cleaning an ear, a dilated pore, I am like, oh.
How I always I don't have a hairy back, but I have like 12 stray hairs on my back, right?
Yeah.
Right? And if they've grown out, that's how you know I'm single throughout my life.
Yeah.
But if they've been plucked, it's like, we're like chimps in bed. The women like pulling stuff out of you and squirting.
My daughters and my wife will go through and pick my ear hairs, my eyebrows.
We already started?
Yeah, we're starting.
Okay, so there's the 1% Club, which Joel McHale hosts, the Fox version here. We're going to talk about the Snake, which is
what's the 1% Club?
1% Club is a very popular game show across the world. I host the Australian version of it, and Joel McHale hosts this one, and Pat and Oswald host one season. But it's a IQ question. So you start off with a question that 90% of the population get. You get 100 contestants.
Did we talk about this last time you were here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What were we talking about just before? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was on TV recording a season of that, right?
Yeah.
I was fucking halfway through the quiz, and that for sure. And I hear in my earpiece, they go, Jim, hair and makeup just need to come out for a second. It turned out that I had two long white hairs growing off my ear that were reflecting against the light. That when we went into a different room, they had to be plucked in front of the contestants.
Are you serious?
Yeah, plucked in front of the contestants. And isn't that nice to know that there's half an episode where it was noticeable on camera? It wasn't like a hair and makeup person noticed it. On camera, it was noticeable.
I'm always frustrated when then no one noticed it, but I catch it. Like I did a TV show and the hair and makeup did like a dead person's makeup to me. And it was like it was like a white brown. And I got on camera and I saw it and I was like, did no one?
Yeah.
Dude, I did the golf thing for Netflix and I said to the lady, now, mind you, hair and makeup is for all the golfers that are going to be playing in this.
Yeah.
So there's 5 golfers, 5 F1 drivers, a bunch of talent, Marshawn Lynch. I mean, it's a huge room full of talent.
Athletes and movie stars, everybody, yeah.
And I go in to do hair and makeup and I said, I didn't even know anything about makeup. I go, do you have something with like sunscreen? Because I'm going to be in the sun all day.
Yeah. And
the lady goes, yeah. She puts sunscreen on me and then puts makeup over the sunscreen, and I look like it's a kabuki. It's white.
Yeah.
It's white. And I'm looking at it and I go, is this going to like pull down? And she goes, it should. And I go, do I look camera ready? And they're like, yeah. Everyone in there goes, yeah. And I go, hold on. I go, you guys do this professionally. This is acceptable for camera? And they're like, yeah, it was sunscreen. And I went, okay. I walked out and Marshawn Lynch starts laughing so fucking hard. He goes, what did they do to your face? I go, they said I was camera ready. And everyone at Netflix is like, you look horrific.
Yeah, look, out of all the faces you can do, white face is the best one to pull off, right? But I always, because that's my one of my prima donna things is I have a hair and makeup person who did my hair and makeup on my sitcom 12 years ago.
Same person,
because everybody else seems to think that I don't like being pale. I don't enjoy being pale, but I've totally accepted it.
Yeah.
Right? Like growing up in Australia, I was called Casper and all this other stuff, but people got into me for being pale as a kid or whatever. And I'm a pale guy, right? Very pale for an Australian. But everyone always sort of trumps you up. They sort of orange your face, like,
Yeah.
like I'm going to go, ooh. No, I'm okay with it. I don't think anyone's going, oh, geez, he's not tanned enough for TV. I am what I am by now.
God. So wait, I watched the trailer for the snake.
Yeah.
How does the snake work?
Okay, the snake, I'm going to be honest with you, right?
Okay.
I'm so into the snake now, it's unbelievable. I just watched episode 3 with everybody else.
Yeah.
What happens on the show, I'm only there for a challenge and a saving ceremony. And the rest of the show, I have no idea what's going on, right? Because I'm not with them in the house. So I'm watching the show along with everybody else. And the secret sauce to the show is, so it's got the element of Fear Factor or Big Brother. They live in a nice house. They also live in the jungle, but they live in a house so they're clean.
Everyone's got an occupation. It's a lawyer, a priest.
Everyone's got, okay, when it first happened, it started out with me in a crate. And you have an earpiece in and they feed you, there's no teleprompter. You're in the middle of the field and they go, welcome to the snake. And I go, welcome to the snake.
Oh,
right?
Shut up.
Right? And they go, you've come from all across the country. You've come from all across the country. And all the boxes open up. This is the first time I've seen the fucking contestants, man.
Yeah.
So an OnlyFans model, a priest fucking pops out, a guy in a rodeo outfit, a fucking detective, right? There they all are, right? A poker player. All these people come out of the boxes and they look so cartoonish for me. And I only got the job like a week earlier. And so I was there going, you know that TV show Jury Duty?
Yeah.
I thought I was the mark. It was like the Joe Schmo show and they were all actors. I was positive for the first week.
Oh my God.
For the first week, I was like, all right, just try not to be a because they're filming you all the time.
Yeah.
Try to be cool with the whole thing when it happens, right?
Yeah.
Like it's still telly, right? You get what you get in this fucking business. Right up to the end. And on the last day,
Thank you so much for my coffee. That was very generous of you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There was like one PA who was really rude, but I think that might be a thing.
Yeah.
I just got to put up with this, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so on the last day we drove up. So we're in Argentina and they cleared out this field.
In Argentina?
Argentina, in a place called Iguazu, which is like got the most beautiful waterfalls you've ever seen, right? They put like Niagara, it looked like Wakanda, the waterfalls. It's got like vines going, much bigger, the Iguazu Falls. But the Argentinian people, they don't know how to do tourism. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They're no Hawaii.
It's like you're not going to have this country take off if you're having naps from 3 till 6. Right? If the whole country's having naps from 3 till 6 and then you have dinner at 10.
Yeah.
When are the factories opening? You know what I mean? Like, when is everything? What are you doing? Like, have you tried the chimichurri? You can't hang a whole country on a condiment. Anyway, so I show up. We drive up to this fields where we normally go in, and the guy's like, wait, we're not ready. And I was like, not ready? We're not shooting for another 40 minutes or something. I'm just arriving. And they go, you can come now. And I drove through, and along the pathway, all these fireworks went. And I literally got out of the car and just waved to everyone, just expecting like everyone to go, surprise. Right? They were just doing a rehearsal for the person who actually won the show. Right?
Oh, for real?
They were doing a dry run. So even to this day, I think there might be a twist. But so the gist of the snake is, the secret sauce of the snake is actually the saving ceremony at the end. So you've seen a lot of shows where you have, a vote, majority rules. You're voted off the island. You get to stay, whatever. Yeah. So this one, if you win the task, you become the snake. If you become the snake in the saving ceremony, you get to pick the first person to save. That sets off a chain reaction. Then they have to pick a person, then that person has to pick a person, then that person picks a person, right? You only need one person to like you and one person to save you, but you can't repay the favor because you got to save another person, right? And then at the end, you're down to 2 people, and then the snake gets to decide who gets saved, and who gets home. So they save the first person and the last person, right?
Okay. So if I win the challenge, I go through my office and I pick to save Leanne. Leanne picks to save Sandra. Sandra saves Rachel. Rachel saves Stacy. Stacy saves Christine. And then it's Kyle and Kyle.
Yeah, and then you, the snake.
And then I go, well, I need Kyle to go get my golf clubs. It's Kyle, you're going home.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
We're going to play the snake downstairs.
The fun bit about it, because it's such a simple premise, because the fun thing is you have to convince someone to convince someone, right? So I'll save you if you save this person because they saved me last week. And so you have to really get along with people. Wow. But they fuck. It's reality TV. They fuck with them constantly.
Oh, dude, it's the biggest panic and anxiety I've ever had in my life was when I was on reality television. Mm-hmm. Last Comic Standing 2. Yeah. And then this show called Reality Bites Back. And it was all about, like, we did this Reality Bites Back, and it was a bunch of comedians all in a house, and you got $8,000 a week, which was, I mean,
good money.
It's fucking crazy money when you have two kids and you're not making $1,300 doing a weekend. Yeah. $8,000 a week. And we get it. We all do the math. And we're like, dude, we're going to do 12 episodes, 13 episodes. We all do the math. We're like, we just made it. We get there and realize if you get voted off, you don't get the 8,000.
You got to keep going.
And dude, it turned into, look at that cast. Yeah, Theo, Amy Schumer.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that was the Amy Schumer season.
Yeah.
And Theo and Amy didn't win, though. Amy came second, right?
Her and Theo split it.
Okay. So.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's, what I think they did. Theo, by the way, Theo is so good at reality shows.
Yeah, he'd already done that travel one before that, right?
But he was so fucking good, meaning it didn't get in his head. He didn't compete. He was cool to everyone. He didn't talk too much. He was just funny. I mean, he was so good. It was crazy. He won the first challenge. He won so many challenges.
I've been asked to do a few different ones. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I've been asked to do the Australian version of that, with one where you just sit in the jungle with other celebrities. And you say, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. Right?
I do that.
I can't.
Oh, I take that back. I couldn't now.
I've asked to dance with the stars. I've been asked to dance with
for real?
Like 2 left feet. But so I could do a show, but I can't do I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, because my personality is good for an hour a day, right? Like if you catch me at 8 p.m. on a Friday, I'm a solid ass person to look at. Yeah. But over the course of 24 hours, I'm going to slip up.
Yeah.
I'm going to slip up. I'm not personable enough, and I get I just sit there. I'm a grumpy fella. I can't dance. What was the other one? I got asked to do one of the country's the Masked Singer. I've been asked to do that one, but many years ago, when I was still living in the UK, so 20 years ago, they had a version of Celebrity Hell's Kitchen they were trying to cast for the UK audience. And I went in and I was one of the people who might have gotten in there. It was all ex-boy band members and you know what I mean? Like it was pretty low rent type of celebrities. Like I was auditioning to be one of the celebrities to get in. Like I was, please.
Yeah.
And the lady said to me, and I think this is where I lost it. She goes, what would you do if Gordon got all up in your face and started calling you a donkey and yelling at you? And I'm like, well, you can't hit me. I've been fucking booed off stage. You think I'm worried about a guy going, you're an idiot, like my mother yelled at me every fucking day of my life, right? Yeah. I'll be good with it. I mean, you can put 2 slices of bread on the side of me head and call me an idiot sandwich. Go to town, son.
Yeah. I wouldn't, that's fucking hysterical.
But you know what I mean? Like someone can just yell at you. This idea that, I think this next generation do get upset by yelling, but we used to have teachers.
Oh, I was hit.
Yeah. The teacher who pulled your sideburns up like that until you stood up like that. And my mother was a teacher at the school and she didn't give a fuck. She would be like, and what did you do? And I'm like, fucking the guy just fucking ripped me up by the thing. Threw dusters. Remember when they throw dusters and they'd have that wooden bit on the side of the chalk duster and they'd go for it. But there's
dusters, is that what you called them?
Yeah, dusters.
Erasers, yeah. Finances can be messy and confusing. Monarch Money acts like your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control so you can stop earning and start growing. It's more than your average budget app. Monarch Money is a complete financial command center for your accounts, investments, and goals. Don't just manage your money. Start building wealth with 50% off for your first year for our listeners. This is great. With all your accounts, credit cards, and investments in one place, you'll always know where your money stands without the hassle. This is freaking awesome. As a guy who knows nothing about finances, has never balanced a checkbook, have never looked at a credit card bill, I don't know anything, this is exactly what I'd want. You can track your spending, savings, and investments effortlessly so you can focus on what matters most. Making your biggest life goals a reality. Bro, thank you for sponsoring this podcast. Financial stress is one of the top reasons relationships fall apart. That is absolutely true. Monarch Money makes conversations easier. Track shared and individual accounts, set goals together, and keep money check-ins drama-free. Plus, you can even share access with a financial advisor or tax pro at no extra cost. I'm going to tell you exactly when it started for me. I was 26 years old and I was overwhelmed at the idea of money. And I made my first chunk of money and I did not pay attention to it. I did not track it. I just spent it recklessly. And then when I was 29, I was marrying Leanne and I was flat broke and I owed the government like 40 grand. And I'm telling you right now, if I had found Monarch Money, I could have done this and felt so much more comfortable. Money for me back then was like getting on a scale. I didn't want to know if I had it. I didn't want to know about it. I just wanted to know that it was going to be okay. Dude, this gives you the responsibility to be an adult. This is teaching you how to be an adult. Get control of your overall finances with Monarch Money. Use code Bertcast at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code Bertcast. I love when a podcast sponsor shows up and I've already have that product. And that is the deal with Ridge wallets. These wallets I first saw in a outdoors shop, and me and my bus driver, Ron, were having a hard time with our wallets, mostly because we just had bulky wallets at the time. These things are unique, slim, and they have a modern design that holds up to 12 credit cards plus cash. They are made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber with over 50 colors and styles to choose from. All Ridge products have a lifetime warranty, and this is literally the last wallet you'll ever have to buy. Also, here's the truth. How much does it suck when you lose your wallet? Well, losing your wallet is the last thing that's going to happen with your Ridge wallet. They have a built-in Ridge AirTag attachment, so you'll always know exactly where it is before panic mode kicks in. Ridge isn't just about wallets. They create premium everyday carry essentials like key cases, suitcases, and rings, all built with the same sleek, durable design. No matter what you pick, Ridge has free shipping and a 99-day risk-free trial. And of course, as soon as you see these, you'll realize it's going to have, and it does have, a lifetime warranty on all of their products. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off at Ridge by using code Bertcast at checkout. Just head to ridge.com and use code Bertcast, and you're all set. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them you heard about them on my show, Bertcast.
You know, there's a myth about our generation that we all bullshit about, because I used to think this, but we always go, my generation always goes, back in my day, we didn't all get a trophy for participating. We had that's a big, like a trope. We didn't get a trophy. I went back, I was terrible at sports. I went back to my childhood room. There were trophies everywhere.
Yeah.
We all got trophies.
I got a lot of trophies.
We all got trophies. Why do
got Coach's Award every year.
Why have we all agreed on this lie? Every bloke over 40's gone, let's tell them we didn't get trophies. We fucking did, kids. We did.
I have a ton of trophies and I'm not a star athlete.
I never got good ones.
Yeah.
You know when you went over to those houses and there was that family with the trophy cabinet and you're like, what is with these?
Dude, I just realized I could just go buy a trophy right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The idea, even this might upset some people, right? But the idea of any medal, you know what I mean? It's at the end of the day, it's a bit of ribbon with a little chunk of metal at the end of it.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it's for the Olympics or for the military or whatever. At the end of the day, it's just an object. It doesn't truly mean anything. The idea that we think that we're going to get a trophy with a guy golfing and think, I've achieved something.
Yeah.
It's like the Oscars were invented so the actors wouldn't unionize. right? They wanted to unionize.
Is that why they did the Oscars?
Yeah, they wanted to unionize and get better pay and shorter hours and all this type of stuff and turnarounds, that type of stuff. And they went, just give them a fucking trophy.
That's fucking brilliant.
And they were all like this, before that, actors didn't get trophies. It's not a sport.
It's so funny. We did I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but we did For Your Consideration at the Comedy Store. It's all the people that are being considered for a Grammy or
I've submitted that. So you have to, every time to get a Grammy, people might not know this. So you can do your comedy special, but to get a Grammy, you have to have it on vinyl or an audio recording, CD or whatever. But it has to be an audio recording, and you have to have 1,000 units of that. So if you want any of my specials on LP, come to my garage. we have a full record store selling 5 records.
Yeah. I've got vinyls of every special I've ever done, and I have them. No one bought them.
I got one set of vinyls where they've spelt my name wrong. It's on the spine. It's spelt wrong. I just know. And I was like, who gives a fuck? No one's. Who's sitting down and put it on a comedy album when you've got Netflix at the touch of your finger? Yeah. No, put it on the vinyl.
Your special comes out in August.
I got another one. It's my 6th Netflix, my 10th overall, but coming out in August. Yeah, Yeah.
Fucking 10.
And a couple of little comedy hours. I now realize I've recorded over like 11 and a half hours of material. Like it's fucking, and I can remember about 2.5, right?
I can't remember anything old.
Yeah.
I can't remember anything old.
People come and remind you, like I've got like, for me, the big bit is that people go, can you do gun control? Because that was my bit that went most viral. And I know that routine's like 15 minutes. And I'm like, I reckon I could do 7 minutes sort of how it went, but I'd miss the best bits, the throwaway lines, the bits that actually made it pop. I could get the beats, but it would be like when someone tells a story and goes, you had to be there.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember, I mean, there's so many, you've done 2 bits that with other comedians, we've analyzed what's brilliant about them. And the thing I love about that gun control, and I think I told you this, I tried forever to replicate this in a bit, is that anytime there was any gun issue in America, your bit would go viral.
Yeah.
That would be, and so I tried writing a shark attack bit.
Yeah, but how often do shark attacks happen?
In the summer, all the time.
Really?
And then oh my God. It's you know how you get ratings as a news show, shark attacks. Today I saw these girls went on a bachelorette party and 2 basking sharks pulled up and nothing happened. They were just like, we saw the fins.
You know what they do in Australia? Like if you get bitten off the coast of Perth and a great white kills you, and this happens very rarely, but they'll eat someone, right, at Cottesloe Beach or something.
Yeah.
And then what they do afterwards, the Australian government sort of go, we can go catch that one because they've done something.
Yeah.
And then just like a whole lot of cowboys with harpoons just go out. How do they know which fucking one they're getting?
They don't.
It's just like we kill one great white shark and we go, and even.
Yeah. I saw this woman got attacked by an alligator in Florida, and they killed the alligator. And I went to the comments. I don't go to my comments, but I'll go to comments of shit where I go, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
And everyone was supporting the alligator.
Yeah.
They go, he's just doing what he does.
Well, where was the alligator? Did the alligator come into someone's house or was she walking through a swamp?
She was in a swamp. Well, it's creepy. They have the video of her seeing the alligator, her and her husband in her canoe. And she's like, oh, look, he's a big one. And then he gets in the water and apparently then went over, knocked over the canoe, killed her. Husband couldn't free her. They went kill the alligator. Comments, wow. It's like the guy, Luigi Mangione, who shot everyone thinks the alligator's Luigi Mangione.
How is that guy doing? We haven't heard from him for a while.
Yeah, it is crazy the way the internet has like a weird way of swaying energy and going, I know you thought you were going to know what you liked, but we're going to tell you what we liked. The Luigi Mangione one really threw me off.
I understand everybody's had problems with the healthcare people and the companies, the insurance companies. Yeah. And you know what? I've never had like an actual issue with an American insurance company, but I do just find it a basic pain in the ass.
It's fucking wild.
Even when you're covered, I'm sick. Please don't make me fill in paperwork all day. Like being sick in the UK, I once had a head injury. I got a fractured skull there. I got into a bar fight and got smashed in the head. And they took me in. I never signed for anything. They never checked my license or anything like that. And I was in hospital for like 5 days while they were monitoring me. And then I left. And then the British government paid me £10,000 as a victim of crime. I was 10,000 quid up.
Okay, so then there's got to be a, if that's the push, what's the pull? Like what
I wasn't a British citizen. I was just on work permits.
Really?
I was just on a 3-month work permit. Like if you get some terrible injury, just go holiday in the UK.
Good God.
Like that's what you got. As long as you can get on that plane and then act like you fell
there
during customs. Yeah. Oh, it's the baggage carousel caught my ankle. And now I've got irritable bowel syndrome.
So wait, but what's the rub then? What it's like, because they always say American healthcare is better.
Who says that?
Who is
these people? Who is these people?
Is
this the people in Iran? What are you talking about? who are the people who say it's better?
I always heard Madonna left London to give birth in the United States.
I think it's better if you got tons of money, maybe.
Oh.
Right, but you can also go hugely private in the UK. Canada's the one that always throws you off with the healthcare. Because, so in Australia, you have your public healthcare, plus you can pay a little bit more to have private. So you can have your own room in a hospital and things like that. You can have
in the UK.
In Australia, or the UK.
Okay,
they
like that.
They have that system. You can top it up if you want.
I love that.
Or you can have the north. The problem is you're next to fucking Canada where everybody gets the same healthcare, eh? Like we all going to get the same. It doesn't matter if you're a homeless person or if you're like the prime minister and you're trying to get the blackface off. It doesn't matter. Right?
He did apply that blackface so well, though. It was clean. It's almost like hair and makeup.
In my new special, I have a whole routine about blackface.
Really?
Oh, yeah, always. I've always slipped one in. But it's all about Ted Danson doing blackface in the 90s when he was dating Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, and not just doing blackface, dropping hard ends.
I talk about this in the special. I've done Hitler face.
You're not supposed to dress as Hitler anymore?
No, I don't dress. See, that's the difference. I've never bought an outfit.
Wait,
I want to be very clear on this.
You mean just trim the mustache?
When you shave
Everyone's done Hitler
everybody
face.
does it. Everybody does it. There is not a single person who shaves this bit first. Everyone leaves it as a little bit of dessert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then you push the hair down. Right?
You could play Hitler.
Dude, you get a side-by-side of me doing Hitler face. I'm fucking elite.
You could be
elite Hitler.
Next level Hitler face.
I've got the Hitler. Oh no, I've never posted.
Never posted it.
Look at an actual picture of Hitler there, right? And then look at me onto the left. I've got it all, baby.
You could. You could. Yeah, you don't post it online. You just send it to your ex-girlfriends.
I got friends and stuff like that. They always say with everyone always goes, I want to go back in time and kill baby Hitler.
Yeah.
Right? Don't do that. Right? Go back. Try to be positive in this world. Don't go kill babies. Go back, buy some of his artwork. That'll turn the guy's whole opinion around. And then when you buy it, go, I'm a wealthy Jewish businessman and I love this art more than anything. I'll pay whatever you want. Right?
Do you ever think
history's better? That's just like that.
Do you ever think maybe the reason we have Hitler is because time travel does exist and his whole childhood he was having people trying to kill him all the way up until like...
Well, if people are trying to kill you, stop making your face so distinctive looking.
I know. He stands out in a fucking crowd.
Yeah. But the Mustache was called the Ralph.
It's called the Ralph?
Yeah, it was like a popular one. This is how bad this dude was. He ruined that bit of facial hair, right?
Yeah.
He ruined the Ralph.
It's called the Ralph Macchio?
The Ralph.
You cannot spell mustache, can you? You wrote Ralph Macchio?
Well, there it is. Crack the guy who wore the Hitler mustache. Yeah. Anyway, the point is, right, what are we talking about?
The mustache.
He ruined the name Hitler.
The name Adolf.
The name Adolf. Like, there's no Hitler's Bakery. You know, there's no Adolf and Sons fucking plumbing.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. And a bit of facial hair that none of us are allowed to have.
None of us. Michael Jordan did it.
What did we all say? It was one of the blemishes on his career.
Yeah, he goes, Michael Jordan's Hitler mustache. It was in a commercial. It was like in a Hanes commercial.
Yeah, it was just weird when Michael was going, and even then, if you can't grow it, Michael, don't have it.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a very strong Hitler. If you're going to go a Hitler, make it a good, strong one.
I got on a tear. You can't have a name in a TV show or in a movie if there's only one of those names.
Yes.
It's got to be a couple.
Yeah,
you can't just have one.
They go check on the name.
Yeah, and so we have in my show we picked a name where there's only one guy in the world with that name, so we had to change it. And then I got into a tear on trying to see if I could do that again.
Wasn't there? Okay, George Costanza. There was someone that Seinfeld went to school with whose second name was Costanza, and they tried to go, this is mimic from me or something.
Yeah, is that what it's called, the mimic law or something?
I don't know exactly what it is, but I've come across the same problem. When I was doing my sitcom on FX, I was watching The Studio the other day, and I was like, "You watch The Studio?"
Started.
It's good.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's good.
It's a little close to home. A little like if you've been in the business.
Yeah, it is.
But so my whole sitcom was me and my best mate and his brother, right? And then one of the people at the network at one stage suggests, they go, "Can we make one of them black?" And I'm like, well, they're brothers. You can make both of them black.
Yeah.
Or you can make me black. But you can't make one of them black. It's just too much information to get over the line. To go, they're brothers, but there was a different dad and one of them was adopted on a Wednesday.
Yeah, you got to bring that up every episode.
I always find that with my... I'm in a monkey paw movie coming out called Him, which is...
I saw the trailer to it. I do not know what that movie's about.
I can't say anything. I'll tell you a story off air that you'll enjoy. But it's
it looks awesome, but I can't tell if it's any given Sunday.
No, it's not any given Sunday. When we were making it, I was like, this movie's good, insane in a good way.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a killer.
The trailer
movie.
is wild.
It is. Yeah. So I play a part in it. I'm not a huge part, maybe 15 lines or something like that. And I work for the sports team in it. And, if I was British, you would they would just accept the accent.
Yeah.
They'd go, this is a British person. No problem.
Yeah.
But because I'm Australian, I come in and go, hello, how are you going? And they go, we found this guy working in Aussie rules football. And you know what I mean? We have to explain my dumbass accent to people. Otherwise the audience will go, what the fuck's going on? It's like Australians can all do the American accent really well. There's so many famous Australian actors that they all do the American accent. It's so weird to me. So you can have a British Bond villain.
Yeah.
Or you can have a British even love interest in a movie. You can have like Mr. Bond. How are you? You never have a guy spin around in a chair and go, oi. Yeah. Who the fuck do you think you are, mate? Oh, I've got this laser pointed at the moon.
But it's interesting because so many, Mel Gibson never had an Australian accent.
Mel Gibson in Mad Max 1, you guys all think it's the Road Warrior. Road Warrior is Mad Max 2.
Yeah.
Because Mad Max 1 did no business over in America because it was a little independent Australian film. Mm-hmm. And so everything, we called it Mad Max 2. Mad Max 1, when it aired in America, was dubbed with American accents because they thought Mel Gibson was too hard for you people to understand.
Really?
Yeah, that's very common. You can just see with the American accent over the top, oh, the last of the V8s, eh? Oh, let's put some nitro in there. That type of crap, right?
They did that with in the movie Tarzan. Do you remember the movie Tarzan when we were kids?
Yeah.
And they had Andy McDowell, and she has a Southern accent.
You ever see that one Hercules in New York? It's Arnold Schwarzenegger's first movie.
No.
And they've got rid of his voice completely, and it's just Hercules just walking around Manhattan.
It's crazy that Arnold Schwarzenegger became who he was with his accent.
I'll tell you a quick Mel Gibson story. It's his first. So quick.
Tell me 5 Mel Gibson stories.
I got at one stage I had a sitcom that never saw the light of day because of COVID. It was a multicam for NBC, and it was about me and my dad. And the premise was very simple. My mother had just died. My dad moved in with me. That was jump off point. And in the end, we cast Anthony LaPaglia, who's a great guy, really good, really good Australian actor.
Anthony LaPaglia.
Yeah, you'll know this guy. You've seen him in a million things.
He's Australian?
He is Australian, yeah. He keeps it on the download, old Anthony.
Damn, that's almost like being gay and I didn't know it. Like that's I should have seen that.
That's why Australia's population's so small. So I did say, I said, can I have Mel Gibson play my dad?
Oh my God.
Right? And the network gave me a firm no. And I was like, but he just won an Oscar for directing.
Yeah.
Like last year, won an Oscar for directing. Yeah, they go, we're allowed to, like, he's allowed to work in the industry, but we're not allowed to look at him. I don't know how it works. But anyway, so Mel Gibson, we all know what happened to Mel Gibson. And said all these people started the wars and called some cop sugar tits and he dropped the N-bomb and, you know, he did all that type of stuff. It's so funny because for years and years as an Australian, I always argued that he was Australian. And he actually grew up in America till he was like 6 or 7. His father started to see the draft for the Vietnam War, moved his family over to Australia so his 2 sons wouldn't have to go into the military. Yeah. Right? That was the thinking.
I did not know that.
So he was like 6, came over to Australia, then grew up, studied through NIDA, all that type of stuff, went into Mad Max. He did a movie called Tim before that. Anyway, so I was always like, oh, he's Australian. And he was like, American actor. He says the N-bomb, and then the news went like this: Australian actor Mel Gibson has got himself into hot water. And you're like, wait a minute, he was American yesterday. Yeah. All of a sudden, because he's racist, he became Australian.
Well, it's kind of crazy because I was thinking this, honestly, I was taking a shit today, and I thought, you know, there's certain words that if you don't grow up with that being a slur, it means nothing to you. If Mel Gibson was Australian, then the N-word, you never heard the N-word growing up, right?
No. Well, everyone knows of it.
But it's not like
it's in music and popular culture. Not popular for everyone. But it's, you know, obviously we've heard it in movies and stuff like that. Everyone knows my father's funny because he comes out and he thinks that he's saying the appropriate word when he leaves the shop and he goes, that Negro fella was very nice. And I'm like, Dad, you don't, no. Yeah. And he goes, but that's the term, because he grew up in the baseball was the Negro leagues. And so he doesn't think, and it's hard to tell an 83-year-old, you're wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and I don't even, he goes, why can't I say that one? It's not the other word. I go, it's not the other word, but it's heading in that direction.
It's close enough.
I said to my dad, I said, don't. That's not the word to use, right? He goes, what do they like to be called? I go, Dad, they're just black people.
Yeah.
Black people. Just black is fine, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, anyway, the blacks. And I said, don't put the. If you put the in front of it, you made it into an object or something. So like all that good work is completely torn down by the word the.
Baseball season's in full swing, but are you like me? Are you wearing a hat to support your favorite team? Or are you trying to hide your thinning hair? I have thinning hair. Hims offers access to a range of prescription treatments that are home runs for hair growth, so you can see big league results by the time your team is in the playoffs. Hims offers convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work, including chews, oral medication, serums, and sprays. Doctor trusted, clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil. That's what I use. I've been using it since I was 21, 22. They can stop hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. Get started from the comfort of your home. Fill out an intake form and a medical provider will determine if the treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment is sent directly to you for free. The process is 100% online, which means getting started has never been easier or more convenient. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatment to ongoing care. Plus, treatment options start at just $35 per month. Let me tell you something. You see me doing this? Tom Segura can't. Do you know why? Because he didn't do anything about it. I did. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/Bertcast. That's HIMS.com/Bertcast for personalized hair loss treatment options. hims.com/Bertcast. Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescriptions required. See website for full details and restrictions for important safety information. Life has been extremely crazy lately, and one thing that helps me unwind, Cornbread Hemp's CBD gummies. Cornbread Hemp CBD gummies are made to help you feel better, whether it's stress, discomfort, or you just need a little relaxation. They only use the best part of the hemp plant, the flower, for the purest and most potent CBD, and they are formulated to help relieve stress, discomfort, and sleeplessness. All products are third-party lab tested and USDA organic to ensure safety and purity. Let me show you something. This is my sleep score. Do you see that middle part right before the workout, that flat line, and that one, you see 2 bumps for the times I peed. I take these right before I go to bed, and I am out in a matter of seconds, and I stay out. Sleep is more important than working out. I don't know if you heard that, but it's the truth. Right now, Bertcast listeners can save 30% on their first order. Just head to cornbreadhemp.com/Bert and use code Bert at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/Bert and make sure to use code Bert. I was obsessed. When I was in Australia, a guy told me a story that I don't know if it's true or not. I've never seen it since, but it was that when it wasn't Francis Drake. No, he's a pirate. It's the guy that fucking discovered or found Hawaii. Captain Cook
on the Endeavour. They just found the Endeavour remains off Long Island.
Really?
Like at the bottom of the sea. Yeah. Because he died at the end. He died. Here we go. Located Newport, Rhode Island. There it is. These are the remains of the Endeavour. Doesn't look like it's seaworthy anymore.
No.
Look, we'll send a few billionaires down there in a submarine to get rid of them. So it's a difficult one, isn't it? It says found Australia. Was already
he mapped it.
Yeah, I agree. He found it because I found a nice restaurant the other day that I didn't know about. It doesn't mean that other people hadn't seen it.
Yeah,
he wasn't the first white person to set foot on Australia.
Really,
this is a bit of a myth, right? On the west coast of Australia, it was found by the Dutch.
Yeah,
and that was all red dirt and desert, and they landed there and they got off, and that's what Rottnest Island where the quokkas are. Did you go to Perth?
Of course,
right?
Yeah.
Stands for rot nest from the Dutch, right? The Dutch landed on the west coast. They saw it. They came out. It was all desert. They went, fuck this place. And they got on their boat and they just left. But then Captain Cook came into Sydney Harbour and he saw the Opera House and the bridge. And he thought, this is all right.
They got the carnival on one side.
Okay, so you've been to Manly Beach when you're out there? Why do you think it's called Manly Beach? It's because all the Aboriginals were standing there staring at the boats and went, don't they look manly?
Is that really why?
Yeah.
Okay, so the story the guy told me was, and now as I tell you this, I go, maybe I just sat and had a beer with a racist.
Did he keep on saying the word Negro all the time?
No.
Was he a carpenter from Sydney?
He was like, yeah, you ought to know something amazing. Captain Cook pulled up. The Aborigines saw him, and they just went, and turned away. They were unimpressed. They had never seen him.
Yeah, I always think that.
Have you heard that though?
I've heard these theories. Because whenever you hear, like, as you say, about a documentary on like Hitler or something, and they'll go, and Hitler was very angry with the Soviets for blah, blah, blah. You weren't there. You weren't fucking there. You know what I mean? Like they weren't impressed. Let's be honest, right? A boat to them is a UFO.
It's a UFO, yeah.
UFO. Right? They've just seen, and a white guy's an alien, right? Yeah. But more than that, just a wearing horsehair wig, right? That's got to throw you off.
It's got to be crazy.
And just having buttons. How's he keeping that jacket together?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just shiny buttons, a horsehair wig, and a big boom stick.
Oh.
Fuck it. And they were unimpressed. Look, come on, Aboriginals. You got to be impressed by something.
God, you've got to be like that for me is so weird that they would just see that and be like, eh.
Although in saying that, one time I remember when we were fighting with another country, I remember there was this little era where we thought North Korea might drop a bomb on us or something. There was like a few months, like about 6 years ago, where we went, oh, they're up to no good. They're about to do something. And then SpaceX shot a rocket into the sky. And that was that. Remember, they had like a false alarm in Hawaii, and everyone got. Yes. Yeah, it was around that week that had the false alarm in Hawaii. We thought Korea, and so we're over LA. SpaceX had let up this rocket, and there was just this big and flames and stuff. Everybody in the car park at the CVS that I was with thought it's a bomb coming to get us. We all stood outside, and people were like, fuck, it's happening.
I think I remember that exact day because I was on the phone with Tom. Yeah. And I was like, dude, look to the fucking sky. Yeah. And my daughters came out. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that was.
SpaceX have to tell us when they're up to things.
No shit. I was terrified.
Yeah. But I was terrified too. But I still need to get that prescription filled. You know what I mean? So I looked up for a while and went, we're probably dead. But if we're not, my psoriasis needs cream.
Yeah. I didn't waste that much time. Like, I didn't like fucking call anyone. I just talked to Tom. I go, look up. I look up. I was like, all right, I'm going to make dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Because what else are you going to do?
God dang.
That's why I've always been weird with, like, whenever they talk about UFO sightings, they go, we can't tell the public because the public wouldn't be able to handle we would totally handle it.
Oh, yeah.
They just don't fucking know.
There's got to be. I had dinner with
they're called scientists.
No. Scientologist. Scientologist.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was like, you believe like in aliens and stuff? And he was like, well, yeah, it's a little richer than that, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay. And he was like, well, I know you're mocking it a little bit. And I was like, well, it's just kind of crazy. And he's like, well, do you believe in aliens? I was like, yeah, kind of. And he goes, okay, so my shit isn't
What do you mean you
off.
kind of? Like, of course.
There has to be something
whether you
out there.
believe, really it comes down to whether you believe whether they're visited. But they have to be out there. They've already seen in a distance that there's a place with like microbes and stuff that could have bugs and shit. That it's whether there's intelligent life. Without a doubt, I reckon within our solar system we'll find some fucking type of dust bloody worm or something that can live somewhere.
Has to be.
But whether they're visited.
Do you read a lot?
No. I listen to audiobooks.
Really?
And I watch a lot of documentaries. But I was on another podcast the other day and they asked me the same question. It's like my wife, it's still to this day, I've been married for 5 years, been together for 7. She'll turn to me and go, have you ever read? And I always look at it the same and go, unless it's the Chris Farley biography or the Chevy Chase biography, the answer's no. They're the 2 books I've read.
Yeah.
So I've read them. It was fun.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is, I'm at the. You've written books, right?
Written, yeah. Right. I wrote one.
So you do it with the ghostwriter. I find it like.
Oh, I did I wish I'd done it with a ghostwriter.
Well, I'm doing it with a ghostwriter, but I literally lay down like therapy because I'm doing my full biography, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I lay down and go, all right, chapter 2, my childhood. I was a happy boy at times, right? And I'm doing it. And then because I narrated it to another person and I swear so much, then when I was reading it back and like editing the whole thing, it's just like, and then this fucking kid came up to me and I said to the dumb fuck, hey, listen here, you fucking right? Which is all right when you hear me.
Yeah.
But when you read it, it's very harsh.
It's pretty
very harsh. What is this guy so angry about, right? Yeah. But I think this is what I'm going to do is I've taken all the fucks out of the book, but I'm going to add them back in for the audiobook.
Oh, are you doing your own audiobook?
I'm going to read it myself, and I'm a terrible reader.
Oh, dude.
I have to stop at paragraphs. I'm just going to read it as me, no edit points, just like, fuck, that's a long word. Hang on. And then there was a quandary. I want to say quandary. You know what I mean? Like things like that. I'll just read it as is and maybe have little. I think it'll be fun just to have some little side tales that you trigger something off and then just like do it like stand up and just keep talking. And if you have a little side story, go to a side story. I've always liked Steve Coogan's when he does Alan Partridge and he does the audiobooks. That's heaven for me when he brings out an Alan Partridge audiobook.
What's Alan Partridge?
You know who Steve Coogan is?
No.
Okay, so Steve Coogan's a beloved character actor from and
I know Steve Coogan.
Yeah, from the UK, and he does a character in Tropic Thunder. You'll know him from, but he does.
Wasn't he in the thing about the music about
24-Hour Party People?
Yeah,
he played the manager in 24-Hour Party People.
He's great.
And he's just played Laurel and Hardy was in there and all type of stuff.
He's fucking awesome.
But he does a character called Alan Partridge, who's just a regional radio DJ from the north of England, which from Norfolk in England, which is a banger. But I'm not going to explain the whole thing to you. But if you get a chance to listen to some Alan Partridge, do yourself a favor.
Really?
Oh, he's hysterical.
I did my audiobook, and I'm not a good out loud reader.
At school, I used to wait and look at the paragraphs and wait for my paragraph to come up, and then you go.
Used to give me so much anxiety. David Karp, we had to go in alphabetical order. David Karp, who now is a journalist.
Yeah,
it's the fucking best out loud reader I've ever. I mean, he would put energy into it, and he would like read it like the characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then Kreischer, I was right after him. And they're like, Bert, and I'd fucking be like, I don't know what this word is. And they're like, understandably. I'm like, understandably? What's the next word? And I'm fucking just horrible. And on my audiobook, the guy left in all my fuck ups.
Yeah, it's good though.
It's
I want to listen to it now.
It's so much better than my book. I think at the one point, I wonder if I can buy my audiobook. At the end, I'm laughing that I go, there's no way you're still listening. There's no way you're still here. I wonder if I can buy my
I'm
audiobook.
nervous about it because I talk about my childhood and I don't want to upset my dad, but I also don't want to not mention shit that went down. You know what I mean?
It's hard. I had a lawyer get on the phone with me and he was like, you're using everyone's real names. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, it's really dangerous because,
people can see.
Yeah. And I was like, I know, but that's the start. In comedy, I always use the real name because I always felt it made it richer.
I've changed girlfriends' names and stuff like that, but obviously I'm not going to change family members' names.
Yeah, you can.
And I'm going to let my brothers read the book before it gets out to the general public because I think that's only fair if they have some story that they don't want in there or something like that.
I just found, I wonder what my password is.
I wonder what my password is.
Oh
Machine One. Some other took the original The Machine. Is that your PlayStation handle, The Machine?
God damn it. You know what? Everyone fucking in this goddamn company, I got a new assistant, so everyone had to log into new things, and I know none of my passwords work because everyone got, I'd be sitting around here and they go, hey, did you just get a code? And I'm like, yeah. And I get the code, I'd send it to them, and they'd be like, great. All right, I'm changing this. So I have no idea what any of my passwords are. What was it? What were you asking about the machine?
I was just asking, is that your PlayStation handle?
No, I can't do PlayStation.
You can't do it?
I can't do video games.
Why not?
I'm addicted to them.
Oh, what? You spend too much time on it?
I would rather live in that world than in this world.
Oh, I do about an hour a day late at night after I put my kids to bed.
Yeah.
And so a couple of reasons. It makes me closer to my brothers because they live over the other side of the world.
Oh, you play while you play together?
Yeah, they're in their 50s. I'm 48. We're going to sit down and chat?
Oh, that's fun as fuck.
You know what I mean? Are we going to sit down and have a talk on the phone? That's mental, right?
Yeah.
So what we do is we play video games and you actually do chat because how's the kids, how's this, shoot that bloke over there. And I find when my son's not with me and he's at his mother's house, that he'll talk to me more if we're playing video games together. Because same thing,
your oldest.
Yeah, I'm not
right?
going to call up, Hank, you 12-year-old.
And he's 12.
And he's always like this, yeah, good. How was school? Good. Did you learn anything? No. You get all that. But if you're shooting people, all of a sudden you get a bit chatty.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah. So I reckon I talk to my son more when he's at his mother's house.
That's so fucking crazy. Dude, can I tell you, my daughters, the other day, we were, as a joke, so hard to get in touch with them. They're both in college. This is like a month and a half ago.
How do you feel about that?
That's so sad.
Because with them being out of the house, but there's also got to be a lot of pride. Both kids made it into college.
But I'm very proud. I'm very happy for them. It's so funny.
And they're enjoying it? They're doing what they want to do?
They're thriving.
Because that's what it is, being a parent, right? That's your big thing.
But I'm going through like real, I guess it's more like a FOMO while watching, because right now is the week where everyone's vacationing with their families.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's just got out of school. Like Sebastian's in Corsica. Tom is in Newport Beach. I probably shouldn't. Fuck it, he'll be gone by the time this airs. Tom's in Newport Beach. Fucking Andrew Schultz is in goddamn Ibiza and with their kids. And I'm going like, I'm having FOMO because I was like, I never had money when I had kids. So we never did like crazy stuff like that.
I always book gigs in Hawaii. That's where I'm off to next week. I book gigs in Hawaii. I don't care if I sell no fucking tickets. That's where I'll be performing.
It's the greatest place in the world.
Best.
But right now I know that the goal in life is to get those kids to a place where you can get them into college and they're independent and they launch successfully and they're happy. And we did that right. But I just want one summer of them being like 10 and 12 or fucking 8 and 10.
Yeah, I've tried to explain it to my wife. You really get 10 family vacations that they want to be with you.
Yeah.
That they'll really enjoy. Don't waste them. They're a big deal. The big deal. You don't think it at the time. You think that their childhood's going to last forever. And then, I've added a second chance because I got a 4-year-old, well, soon to be 4. I got a 3.5-year-old and a 12-year-old. So I realized mistakes that I made with the 12-year-old early on with the career, and I make sure to make time now because it's such a finite little experience. And then they're gone, and then you're doing the right thing. The secret to parenting is, and I haven't nailed it yet, you seem like you have, is to make it so that your children don't need you.
It sucks.
Isn't that terrible? So if they're out on their own, not calling you and having a good time, and they're not on drugs, and they've got a career and they've got a boyfriend or whatever, well done.
Yeah.
You did it. You nailed it. They don't need you.
Support for today's episode comes from Square, the easiest way for business owners to take payments, book appointments, manage staff, and keep everything running in one place. Whether you're selling lattes, cutting hair, detailing cars, or running a design studio, Square helps you run your business without running yourself into the ground. With Square, you can track sales, manage inventory, and access reports in real time. Whether you're in your shop, on the go, or running things solo, Square supports every major payment method, including tap to pay, and offers instant access to your earnings through Square Checking. Square has built-in tools like loyalty and marketing to help you connect with customers and reward them for showing up again. Dude, Square rocks. I remember first meeting up with Square, and it changed my business. I'm telling you, if you're running a business, this is an absolute no-brainer. With Square, you get all the tools to run your business with none of the contracts or complexity. And why wait? Right now, you can get up to $200 off Square hardware at square.com/go/Bert. That's SQUARE.com/GO/BERT. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today. I sleep like a freaking king. It's the truth. I sleep better than I'd imagine 90% of the population. I have great nights of sleep. My heart rate's low. I wake up maybe once to go to the bathroom, and when I get back in bed, I fall right back to sleep. And that's not because I'm a special human being. That is because I have a Helix mattress. Helix revolutionized the game in mattress buying. Back in the day, I don't know if you remember these days, but you'd go into a mattress store, you'd lay on a couple mattresses for 10 seconds each, and you go, I guess this one. Helix has a 2-minute sleep quiz that you take, and it tells you how you sleep and what mattress you need for the way you sleep. I am a medium feel side sleeper. That's why I have the Midnight Lux. Leanne in Leanne's room, because we are in a sleep divorce right now, has the Moonlight Lux for a soft feel back stomach sleeper. I cannot sleep on my stomach. And it's great. We sleep incredibly. They ship it right to your door in a box. You pull it out, you open it up. You can set up the mattress in less than 2 minutes, or I did it one time in less than 2 minutes. We're talking 4 minutes to change the way you sleep. You owe it to yourself to go to helixsleep.com/Bert for 27% off site-wide. Exclusive for listeners of Bertcast. That's helixsleep.com/Bert for 27% off site-wide. helixsleep.com/Bert. We were having such little contact with them, and they're both so happy at college. They're so happy, and they have great groups of friends, and that we had my assistant Peter schedule a Zoom with them. And we were like, just as a joke. And in our group thread, Peter's like, I've scheduled a Zoom for Sunday at 5 o'clock at Los Angeles time. Here's the Zoom link. And both girls were like, this is ridiculous. Just call us. And Peter's like, your father would love to have a Zoom just so he can talk to both of you. And I have never laughed harder on a fucking Zoom. We laughed for an hour, and both girls were like, we need to Zoom again next week.
Oh, good.
And so we'll Zoom with them. Isla's home right now for summer. But I tell you right now, like, this is crazy. I woke up so full of happiness. Last night I get done. I have a hard time doing spots at night because I don't want to leave Leanne or the girls. I don't want to leave. The girls are home. I don't want to go out because I want to be with them. I want to hang out all night. And so last night I had a spot. I'm getting ready to, start touring again. So I was like, I got to get back on stage a lot. And I said, yeah, I got a spot. And I said, well, why don't we go to dinner before your spot? And I was like, what? She's like, find a restaurant close to the club and we'll go have dinner. And then we'll drop you off at the club and then you just come home. And I was like, okay. was like, that's odd. Isla's never done this. So we go to
Yeah.
And by the way, fucking Russell Peters is there. He's got doing the same thing with his family.
Right.
They're having dinner, and we have dinner, and then Isla and Leanne are like, "Is it okay if we go to the store?" And I was like, I've never brought my kids to the store. So Isla and Leanne came to the club last night, and they watched both my sets. And I was like, dude, I woke up this morning going like, God, I do stand up all the time if I could bring my family, but it's kind of weird to bring your.
I tour in like every second year. I tour Australia in the winter, but American summer, obviously. And I take my boys with me, and it's wearing thin. Because it's a different city each day. Like the adventure of it all is we'll be right, Dad. So I keep pushing it. No, we're all going. We'll go to that place that has the fish and chips you like. It's not worth a flight, mate.
Georgia, there's a place that they make in Sydney. They have meat pies. On the street. It's over by the pier by the
Harry's Cafe de Wills. And it has a meat pie that does the tiger pie with the mushy peas and the mashed potato and the gravy. Never heard of it.
Georgia loves that place.
Yeah.
I took them on tour with me one time, but you're right. Immediately they're like, yeah, why don't we just stay in Sydney?
I told this story on a podcast just recently, but that's it. Like I'll tell you. So on that pier, there's a pier next to it, and at the end of that pier, and this is quite well known. Russell Crowe lives at the end of the pier. Right?
Really?
A lot of famous people. It's like a very expensive. It's right out in the middle of the harbour near Harry's.
I think they pointed that out to me.
Like that. Yeah. Everyone like knows this is a thing, right? So at the base of it, there's all these different restaurants that fancy restaurants, a Chinese place, an Italian place, or whatever. Right at the end of this pier, so it's quite well known, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we were over during sort of COVID-y. Well, it doesn't matter. COVID's there, but you know David Williams? You might know David Williams. He's the host of Britain's Got Talent. You ever heard of the show Little Britain?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's one of the two of Little Britain. There he is, David Williams. You've seen that guy on the top row. So he was over at Russell's house. I get invited over to Russell's house, and we're all going to go out to dinner. Russell's got his girlfriend. I've got my wife. I think Russell's sons were there, and we were all going to have dinner. Now, I'm a big. Me and Russell have known each other for on 15 years now.
Really?
I'm a big Russell Crowe supporter. He is the nicest, sweetest man you can ever.
Is there anyone who isn't?
Yeah, well, there's people think he's a hothead or something like that, but he's he's got a little bit eccentric in some ways. But I've never met anyone that famous who isn't, right? But he's generous to a T. He's a tremendous father, really great, loving dad, and a really good friend. So I want to say that before I start this story. Anyway, so we're in his apartment, and then he's like, "We'll go down to the restaurant down at the end of the pier. I eat there all the time. They know me. We're good." So we go down the lift. We get down into the car park, and we're walking through the car park, and there's all like Lamborghinis and Ferraris and stuff because there's all rich people that live in this apartment block because it's prime Sydney real estate. Yeah. We get all the way down to the end, and there's all these like doors with like garbage bags around them because they're the back alleyway doors to all the restaurants. Because otherwise, you'd have to be out in the street, out in the water to get into the restaurant. We're walking through the car park, and I was starting to think, and I said to him, I said, "How are we getting in? Shouldn't we go out in the road?" He goes, "No, we're just going through the back. They know me. We're all good, right?" So there's a little crack in the back of the restaurant door. Russell just opens the door, boom, and he marches past and goes in. Me and David Williams and the girls, we all walk in like this, and we're like, "Thank you so much for having us. Thank you. We really appreciate you letting us in." There's a guy like washing dishes who just sort of looks over at us like we're from ICE or something, right?
Yeah.
Right? And we walk in, "Thank you so much. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. And then we walk through. Then there's all the chefs, and they're in the open air kitchen bit. Then we get all the way out into the dining area, and Russell's just standing there, and he goes, "Wrong restaurant. I went a door too early." But it's funny. We walked out on the street and we came back in and we went into the other one. And the guy that was actually owned the restaurant we went through, he goes, "You're welcome to come back whenever you like.
Yeah.
It's fun to have it."
How did you meet Russell Crowe?
He stand-up fan, who was into stand-up, came to some of my shows, and then, this is 15 years ago.
I know, I'm trying to think.
There was a while back there that he was interested in making a Bill Hicks movie, and so he was getting very into stand-up comedy because he wanted to make, but he's I forgot the real story, right? I have met him at shows, I thought stuff, but the first time he got into my comedy, right, and his sons are all grown now and in college and that sort of stuff, one of his boys, when he was about 10, was over at his mum's house watching my stand-up, this, that, right? And so his ex-wife rings him up and goes, the boys have been watching this fucking stand-up comedian and they said that you're allowed to watch it at your house and that you introduced it. Like the kids lied to their mum like this. He's like, all right, settle down. I don't know what's going on. And then he goes, then I watched it. It's pretty good. So he started watching my stand-up because his son was getting in trouble for watching my stand-up.
That's the best compliment you can get is when I've taken meetings where the guy goes, you know why I'm doing this, right? And I said, no. He goes, my son's a huge fan.
Right.
He's like, I had a dude take a meeting with me, a general meeting. One of the biggest showrunners in Hollywood. This guy calls me up, general meeting. And I was like, awesome. We go to a nice hotel restaurant and have dinner. And he's like, just talking about stuff. And he was like, yeah, you know why I wanted to meet you. So why is that? And he goes, my son's a fucking huge fan. I was like, yeah. And he's like, we're kind of fighting right now. I was like, yeah. And he goes, so you could really break the ice if we FaceTimed him real quick. And I was like, okay. Basically, he brought me to a meeting so that him and his son could end their fight. And I was like, and then I partied with his son. Son's fucking awesome.
So I imagine you have, can you say hello to my friend and then they whip their shirt off or whatever?
Yeah.
Everyone wants me to, can you call my friend a right? Yeah. Everyone comes up to me, can you just ring my friend and call them a and I used to sort of go, I don't want to call someone a that I don't know. And now I'm like, sure. This is your grandmother, is it? Oi, Mavis, you Wait. Oh, that's my grandmother's name.
Are you cool? Do you get recognized a lot?
Probably, well, look, in Australia, more than here.
Really? There was a time where you were bigger here than Australia.
Yeah, I still get noticed. I'm not you.
I think you're bigger than me.
But I still get noticed. Yeah, it's a funny thing. I always think for everybody who notices you, it's funny because the internet makes you feel like 90% of the world hates you, right?
Yeah.
And then you go out in the public, and it feels like 100% of the world loves you.
Yeah.
Because no one ever comes up to call you a. And so, but that gets in my head as well. So that means every person who walks up to me, I reckon there's 5 other people who go, that's blah, 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 and have never come up to you.
Oh.
And then I think those 5 people are like, that guy's a
I was with a NASCAR driver and everyone was just fucking losing their mind for him. Oh, this dude's so good. It's so good to see you. So good to see you.
Athletes, people love athletes.
Oh, but then he said to me, he goes, they're never mean in person. I said, yeah. And he goes, they're mean online. He goes, everyone that just said nice things to me online, when I walk away, they'll fucking trash me. And he was, and you know, what's so funny is he's right. Like that one guy, he's right.
I'm going to tell you a story that happened this week, right?
Yeah.
On like last Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Anyway, so I went to In-N-Out, right?
Yeah.
And this is like, fuck. I went to In-N-Out with my son, first day of summer holidays. Let's go get some burgers like that, right? So they have like the Sherman Oaks one. They have the counter, then they have the drink station, then they have like a little wall with 2 chairs, stools up against the wall, and then two seat tables over there. Restaurant's packed, first day of school holidays, blah blah blah. So I'm number 77 on the ticket, and then you got to wait. It's In-N-Out. And me and my son sit on that bench that's facing the wall. This family comes in. I don't think that they're from LA. They just had a vibe. Maybe they were from a different state, but you know, I'm neither here nor there about that. They come and stand, I think the 4 of them, they stand in between me and my son sitting next to the wall and the 4 people there. And then there's the two-seaters behind it, right? And they're so close to me that occasionally they're rubbing against me like this. And normally there's that area In-N-Out with the bench you're meant to sit on. That's where you wait for the food.
Yeah.
You can't venture out next to a booth. and stand right against, like we're not even a booth. So because we got it. So me and Hank are against the wall, facing the wall, and we're crammed in and they're chatting about this, that, and the other. They're so close that I can hear their, I'm closer to their conversation than they are.
Yeah.
Than the person they're talking to. And I can tell you the whole conversation. The conversation was, he goes, I used to work at a Little Caesars pizza place, and he goes, there was a girl. I said to her, I said, you go clean the bathrooms, and she goes, that's not my job. And I said, now you have no job. And I fired her ass, and she never fucking came back again. And then he goes to the door. He goes, how long you been working in that chocolate store for? And then she goes, 2 months. He goes, it can't be 2 months. You were working back there in May, and you already been there for a month when we visited you in May, so it can't be 2 months. And I'm feeling like going, well, do the maths from May, right? And I'm sitting there, and me and Hank can't talk. They're so close, and they're sort of pushing up against us. The whole restaurant's full except for those 2 tables because people can't get to it because this family of 4 have stood there, right? 77 gets called. I know their number's 89. And I know how fast I fucking eat. Yeah. Right? There is. I'm going to finish my meal before they even get theirs. And I'm going to be like, they were just too close to me. Right, I was feeling claustrophobic about the whole thing. So I come back with my tray and I have to slip in, and I said this. I went, "Excuse me." I said, "You're too close. You're too close. You're too close. You're standing." I go, "What are you standing? You meant to stand in this bit. What are you standing in this bit for?" Yeah. And they go, "Sorry." And I said, "Those 2 tables are the only 2 empty tables because people can't get to them because you're standing in this weird spot here." And then I was just like, I've lost my cool, right? And I just sat down. The guy's like, well, you enjoy your meal, sir. He was super calm. He went, you enjoy your meal. I went, I will. And I sat down, and I had the burger in my hand. I was all fired up and fucking like, why did I say something? What did I have to do that for? The girl comes around, and she goes, what you did there was really immature. And I should know I'm 21. Like, even I'm thought it was immature, and I'm 21. Now, that burn does work with a 13-year-old girl. Yeah. If a 13-year-old girl goes, I'm more adult than you, a 21-year-old, I'm like, go fuck yourself, right? Yeah. So she comes up, she goes, that was really immature. And I said, look, you're too close. I shouldn't have to know that he fired a girl from Little Caesars, and I shouldn't know that you work in a fucking chocolate shop. Yeah. This information shouldn't have come my way. Yeah. Right, right? And then the guy goes, Jim Jefferies? And I was like, fuck. Like, fuck. Like, when you're causing a scene, you want to not be recognized. Yeah. And then I'm like, you know what I want from that? I want him to go, I always thought you were I want it to be one of the people who hated me. Yeah. And so if it's someone who hates you, then you're like, you're welcome. Enjoy the story. Bye-bye. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And then you don't want to piss off a fan because you got to keep those people. Those people are paying your bills, man. Those people are important. You got to keep your fans. And so he turns around and he goes, Jim Jefferies? And I went, yeah. And he was super nice. And he went, I'm a comedian as well. And I went, oh, fuck. And I went, sorry, mate, what's your name? He goes, you wouldn't know me. I just do cruise ships. He goes, but I'm a big fan of you and your work. And he goes, maybe we were standing a bit close. And then I was like this, no, you weren't close enough. You weren't close enough. Yeah.
Sit on my lap.
Come in here. And I shook his hand. I pat him on. Thank you, mate, for all your support.
Oh, my God.
And now I'm like, that his version of the story. Like, look, he was super nice. I don't know his name. If he hears me telling this story, reach out. Let's become friends, mate. I came in a bit hot there, and I feel sorry.
Oh my God! I had that's fucking. Oh,
it was like, you know that one. What do you do next? You ring up your best comedian friends, right? Yeah. And you go, I just tell, and they go, oh no, it's not a comic, because it's such a small world, and you don't want to be like he's a put out there. You know what I mean? But,
yeah.
Fuck. Oh. It's the same. You must have had moments with like other parents. It's like down at my kids' like little league and stuff. There's a couple of parents you don't get along with or something like that. And there's some at the school that you don't get along with. That I always think to myself, I've got so many stand-up routines about these people that I can't do until this child graduates.
Oh, I did them. I just did them.
But then how do you show up back up at the school?
I just did them.
My son's getting at the moment. My son's getting your dad's not funny at school. Right, because kids, that's your dad's not funny is one of the things. I always go, well, freaking, but it's hard because my kid goes to a school with like a whole lot of fancy people. Yeah, and it's like, well, what does your dad do? Oh, he's an Avenger, is he? Okay,
he's an Avenger.
Well, he's not funny.
It's not funny.
There's a kid at Little League who I don't know whose parent it is, right? But that when I don't know whose kid he's associated, but I do the whole good eye, mate, which always sounds weird. Good eye.
Good eye.
Because it sounds good eye, mate.
Yeah.
Good eye. Good eye. Right? And I'm always trying to be really supportive. Good hit there. I always say the kid's name. Well done, Cooper. Well done. That's a good. You get hit with a ball. That's a base.
That's a base.
That's a base. Low bases low. That's an RBI. Right. So I'm always super supportive at the thing. There's this one fucking. There's an 8-year-old who's like my nemesis who comes and stands next to me and does the accent. Stands next to me and goes, hello. He goes, I'm a dad in the stand. Like this, right? And I'm looking around for a parent, one of them to come up and go, hey, that's enough. Don't leave him be. Like this, right? And I'm very close to going, listen here.
Just pull him aside.
Listen here. Like, because would he do it if it was a non-white accent?
No.
Do you reckon if I was
if you were Mexican?
I was Jamaican or Mexican or something like that? Yeah.
Good eye, boy.
Yeah. Do you think he'd be like, hey, essay? Well, he wouldn't do any of that shit. No, he wouldn't. But he's like, I'm a dad in the stand.
Me and my wife will come home. I'll be a little buzzed. We're going to have sex, and a little thing will start, and I'll start a fight going, now I know I'm not getting laid, but it's worth the fight.
Right. So you can get some stuff out.
Oh, fuck.
I tell you, I used to think that I've gotten better at relationships as I've gotten older because the fights are shorter and the fallout's not as big. And, and I just feel like I've matured. And then I was thinking about it the other day. I haven't. I've just gotten bigger houses. Right? So it used to be I lived in a studio and me and this woman couldn't get along.
Yeah.
Of course not. We only had a corner each.
Yeah.
Right? And then I moved to a 1-bedroom apartment. The relationship got a little bit better. 2-bedroom apartment, getting along a bit better. Now I live in a nice-sized house.
Yeah.
I'll lock myself in my pinball machine room. God. No one's going to bother me in there. Right? And then by the time I get out, the wife's calmed down. I've calmed down. No fight to be had. All good. I haven't gotten better at relationships. I've just moved into bigger houses.
God.
And also we travel for work, which makes it a lot better. I used to travel with girlfriends. And you remember that when you used to travel, go on the road with a girlfriend?
Never. I never did it.
Okay. So
I never did it. My wife and I had when I was touring, we had such a perfect relationship because we were basically a long distance relationship. Mm-hmm. I remember one time we got into a fight in the morning before drop off. She dropped off the girls. I went to a hot spin class, and on the ride back from hot spin, I called her and she goes, hey babe, what's up? And I was like, nothing. Like, that's crazy. She's like, where are you? I was like, I'm in the car. She said, you just get done doing radio? And I was like, no, I'm coming home. She goes, coming home, wait. And then she went, oh yeah, that's right. And hung up. And I was like,
you thought you'd come out the other side and you were all good.
She just forgot that we were fighting and forgot that I was home. And then she was like, I'm going to see him in a
You ever had that one where you show up with the wife to a party, you've been fighting on the way to the party, and then they turn it around at the party and they're all like friendly and nice, and you think, oh, I'm good to go. And then the fight resumes as soon as you get in the Uber coming back. You're like, how have you held on to this? We just had a good time.
I thought this was over.
Yeah. I thought we like. And I always say to my wife, I say, what are we getting out of this fight? Like, what is the end game for you?
Yeah.
Your end game. My wife, you'll have a fight with her and she'll go from 0 to, I want a divorce.
We're not allowed to say that. We're not allowed to say that.
My wife will say it if I walk past and she's watching some Real Housewives of fuckface and I go, what are you watching this shit for? I want a divorce.
We got into couples therapy, but not for a bad reason, just because.
Just a bit of tune-up.
Yeah, well, honestly, I think both the girls were in college. We wanted someone else to talk to. It was just me and her. So we sat down with this lady, and it's so fucking fun. I've never enjoyed something more.
Okay, every time I've done couples therapy I've never done it with my wife, but with different people, it's because I've done something wrong, right? Yeah. So it always was punishment hour. Oh. Yeah, it's always like, and now we're going to bring up the mistake again. Okay. God. And then you say, yeah, I know. So couples therapy, I've always been a big fan of therapy, but I don't know if couples, I went to family therapy as a child.
Really?
We'd all have to go there. We had the family therapy, right? So it'd be like my parents and my mum was really into it. And she would just say all the bad things we've done that week. And we'd have to go, I'm sorry. And it was just like me and my brothers would get together going, just agree to everything, get through the fucking thing, and then we'll be done, right? But I remember my father became an apprentice carpenter at 14. And
is that why you're calling your Taurus son of a carpenter?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
My father's a carpenter. And so
I thought it was a reference to Jesus.
yeah, it's a little double on time. But, the big difference is that we can prove that I exist. So, I have as much right to be called son as a carpenter as he did. My father became a carpenter at like 14, illiterate, my dad, illiterate. He met my mother. My mother was a curvy woman and who taught him how to read. Right?
Are you serious?
Yeah. So he's like big tits and I get to become literate. What a deal, right? Whenever my father complimented my mother, he'd always say this. He goes, oh, your mother could read like the wind. She could pick up a book and just turn a page after page like no one's business. She was a very good reader.
Wait, how old was your dad when he learned how to read?
My father was in his 20s, didn't really learn how to read until his 30s. He traveled the world. And would always forget his glasses so he could get through customs and someone would fill things out. I haven't got my glasses. His vision was perfect. When he first got with my mother.
What a fucking skill set.
Yeah.
I bet you have to be almost that. You could almost then become a spy or a bank robber with the skill set to get through life without knowing how to read.
My father was a master craftsman. He was a cabinet maker. He'd make drawers, dovetail joints, lots of stuff. Not just like a carpenter who puts a bit of wood together. My father's like a proper sanding things down and varnishing and this and right. And so when he first got with my mother and right up until my second brother was born, my father, being illiterate, would sit on the balcony and read a newspaper for an hour a day. That was just so he could get a bit of time away from the kids and mum and everything like that. But it was just fucking, it might as well been in Chinese. And he was just turning the page and
shut the fuck up.
He'd look at the pictures a bit, turn the page, try to have a go at the comics. And so my mother found out, taught him how to read. And so he always admired my mother for being so intelligent because she was a reader. You know what I mean? Which is like, I've always said that English is the easiest language to learn because I learned it at 2. They tried to teach me German at 15. I didn't take to it at all, but I learned English at 2. So
I know a 3-year-old who's doing great English.
Yeah, he's doing great English.
The fuck's wrong with this Mexican guy that can't speak English?
It's so easy.
It's so easy. A kid can do it.
Babies learn fucking English. It's a piece of piss. And other people who do other languages, it's like they're trying to be difficult, isn't it? They're trying to be fucking... So anyway, I don't know what we were talking about. So my father didn't read. What was the bit before that? I had a story that connected.
He looked up to your mom because she was like,
"Oh, I can't remember." Anyway, it's back to we're all bad readers. But so we're in family therapy. I'm fucking 11. I'm 11. My brother's 15 and 17.
Yeah, and
they both have jobs, after school jobs or whatever like this. And I'm 11. I remember saying that. And my father said to me, I love my dad. He was always a super sweet guy. But he said, he goes, and my real name's Jeffrey James. And there's a whole thing, right? So my dad still calls me Jeffrey, right? And he goes,
Jeffrey James Nugent.
Jeffrey James Nugent. First time I went on stage, Godfrey Nugent. Godfrey Nugent. Yeah, please on the stage, Godfrey Nugent, said the MC, right? And I remember thinking, have to change this. This isn't going to get me over the line. Godfrey Nugent. Anyway, so my dad goes, I'm 11. I'm sitting there just cruising through the therapy. And my dad goes, and Jeffrey's a work-shy bastard because I didn't have a job yet.
Yeah.
I was 11.
That's a work-shy bastard is a great fucking way to
a work-shy bastard. And I say, like, the next week I had to go out and get a job as a paperman, like paper out. And I had to empty the bins at this newsagent's. And I remember thinking, I look at my son now, I couldn't order I can order my own child, go put out the bins or whatever, go do this chore. I don't think I could tell 11-year-old who wasn't mine to do a job.
Good God.
But they could back in the day, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Work shy. That is a great statement.
That's why we can't beat the Chinese. They can still tell kids to work.
We're never going to beat the Chinese.
All right, put tariffs on. Tariffs? What, for all the jobs that the Americans want? You want to make Happy Meal toys in a fucking factory? Is that what's between you and your happiness? Working in the factory that makes the Happy Meal toys?
Yeah.
Not even the Chinese want to make the Happy Meal toys. They make their kids do it because it's too hard a job for the adults.
Yeah.
Like, you want to make Nike shoes, do you? That make you happy?
We're not. America could not compete with another country when it comes to work. No one wants to do the jobs. People just want good job. They just want they want to be famous, have a YouTube channel, be an Instagram model, be an influencer. No one's like, yeah, I'll do the hard work.
Yeah, no one wants to, like when the factories shut down and the town went depressed. It's a different era now.
Yeah.
Do you think we could build the Hoover Dam just with blokes on this street?
The only reason we could build the Hoover Dam was because we were in the Great Depression.
Yeah. Who wants the poor hot concrete in Nevada? That's a of a job. No wonder they took to prostitution and gambling. I've just been working on the Hoover Dam.
Is it possible? We were talking about this yesterday. Because their ice is going into the strawberry fields. And
they've stopped with farms and restauants now, right? They've pulled that back, which is so weird. Like, you know, has there been one Australia? Has there been like the third Hemsworth brother? Has he been tackled in the street?
No.
Have they been like, he outstayed his visa? You're not Thor, mate.
Just the one
I don't know why the ice guy's also got an Australian accent.
What would an avocado cost if we had white people picking them?
Okay, so I'll tell you what we do in Australia. We don't do this anymore, but we did do this right up until Britain left the EU. And now we have a relationship with Canada and the UK where we trade freely between the countries because when the UK left Europe. Before England left Europe, we used to have a reciprocal thing in Australia where you could go over under 27 to either England or they could come over to Australia. You could work for 2 years, get a 2-year work visa. That's how I got to England, as long as you didn't further your career, doing menial jobs, bartending, things like that. If you started to further your career, then you had to get a work visa. So to get into Australia, to get that 2-year visa, right, what we would do is, because we're an island, like it's very rich for me to say, oh, don't build that wall, it's inhumane. Fucking, I come from a country where the whole country has a wall around it called the ocean.
Yeah.
Right? You come into Australia, you're on a boat and they detain you. You're in prison, like a camp, for years until they process your material. For years.
Really?
In a fucking shithole part of the desert or off on one of the islands in the Torres Straits, right? It's not an easy run doing that. But what was I talking about? Right? So the immigrants, okay. So with the British, if you come over to do your 2-year working visa, because we don't have illegal immigrants picking the fruit, we make all the English people pick fruit for the first 3 months. And then when they finish that, they're allowed out into Australia to do whatever they want. So we have the palest people on earth just out there.
Oh my God.
Otherwise the farms wouldn't work. And so they'd get lodging and stuff like that. It turned out good for a lot of people because they made friends. They just come over. They were boarding with people. They made connections with people who they could travel with and stuff like that. Like-minded people who were off on their adventure, all people under 27. So, you know, it's funny to look at like a white English person and go, fucking fruit picker over here. But we found a way. We found a way in Australia.
We were talking about it. We're like, we couldn't afford. I mean, I don't know how this country would get by without illegal immigrants.
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
We're going to find out. We may even find out how we'll do without New York if we keep going the way we're going. Something's going to fucking kick off. I don't know what. I've stopped being the person. I've had several routines, anti-Trump this. I had a TV show where I said, fuck Trump over and over and over again. And now, you know what I feel like? I feel like, here's the deal. It's not going to change. He's here for another few years. Some people fucking love him. Some people fucking hate him. I'm along for the ride no matter what. I hope I've stopped watching the news. Like I watch the news. I know what's going on in Iran. I know what's going on in the Gaza and all that type of stuff. But I don't want to comment on the news while it's happening anymore because I've been proven wrong too many times.
Yeah.
Now I just want to watch a documentary of it on Netflix in 8 years' time.
Yeah.
And then I'll go, and that's what happened.
So that's what happened on 9/11.
Yeah, exactly. Like you go through and then you can actually look back. Otherwise, everything else. So I don't want to say tariffs are dumb and then find out in 4 years it fucking fixed the country.
Yeah.
Bombing Iran is stupid, these nuclear plants, and then I find out they were very close to having a nuclear missile and it saved the world, right? But I lived through the first Afghanistan war where we had weapons of mass destruction that never fucking appeared. So pardon me if I'm a little bit skeptical.
Yeah.
If they've got any facilities. Everything looked like a car next to an antenna that they bombed on the news.
Yeah.
Just looked like an antenna tower with a fucking like a pickup truck. And I'm like, was that the big guy? Was that like the whole, so I'm going to pass judgment on what happened in 8 years' time when I see the documentary. It's like, I just watched the documentary on how they killed bin Laden. Now I know exactly what happened. They mapped it out for us.
I watched Osama bin Laden's hanging the other day.
He didn't get hung. He got shot. You're thinking of Saddam Hussein's.
I'm sorry. Saddam Hussein. I watched him get hanged.
Yeah. When I travel, because I like to, when I fly, I like to be high because I'm high and dry. I don't drink, but I like to be high. But
you still not drinking?
Nah, never again.
Never again.
Never again.
Never again.
Never again.
God,
I was a heavy drinker. And I had a lot of fun with it, but I got sloppy towards the end and I couldn't hold it in. I was dribbling and it was a mess. And I already sort of mumble as it is. It's add that onto the fucking bill of health, God,
that's, you haven't drank in like probably 5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
Holy shit, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. And I'd had enough. It was just enough for me. But
I'm thinking about drinking right now.
I'm not completely sober because I do partake in weed. So
I quit drinking for like 3 months, maybe a little longer, and I would say I was sober, but I smoked weed whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
And so at one point I was like, I'm sober right now, and Leanne's like, you're not sober at all. I was like, well, I don't count weed.
I'm weed and mushrooms, but no chemical drugs and no nicotine anymore. That's completely out of my system, and I definitely don't drink anymore. And, I had a good time with it, but being, like they say the next generation, Generation Alpha, which is coming up.
That's what they're calling them?
Yeah, that's the next one. So,
I got Generation X.
So we're Generation X, right? So Generation Alpha is coming on. We've had the millennials and the this and the whatever, right? And they reckon they'll drink 80% less than what we drank.
That fucking sucks for me.
Yeah, but we had to.
No, but I just started a vodka company. Fucking Generation Alpha, step up your fucking game.
Russell Crowe, Ronan Keating, Jimmy Carr, and Ed Sheeran have brought out a liquor company called Muff, right?
Yeah.
And so the name's Muff Liquor.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a good joke, but that Muff Liquor, they have like a whole lot of stuff.
Muff Liquor. Oh, I got it. I just got it. I was like, Muff, huh?
Yeah, Muff Liquor. The Muff Liquor company.
Jimmy Carr, I don't know if Jimmy Carr drinks, but Ed Sheeran doesn't.
Jimmy Carr drinks.
Ed Sheeran doesn't drink.
I thought he did.
I think he quit.
Oh, okay.
He buys watches now.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of watches.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe's got to drink, right?
He drinks, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Jimmy Carr do Canada together.
Really?
We tour around together.
Oh, wait, I knew that.
Yeah, we do double headlines around Canada. He's a good guy, Jimmy, man.
He's a great guy.
And I'll tell you one thing. I was sitting behind him on a plane, and this is when I realized how unprofessional I was, right? Because we were doing a double headline bill, and he was on his laptop, and it said at the top of it, it said, jokes for 2026, right? And I looked down on my iPad, and I was watching an episode of MASH. Right?
Oh my God.
Like how many times have I watched MASH? And this guy's hard at work, and I'm like, got a new tour coming up.
The day I met Jimmy Carr, he came in, we were in Montreal, and he came in, we were doing I think a showcase show, and he came in to see if he could get a spot. He wanted to work on some stuff.
He's as professional a human being as you. He's as hardworking a human I've ever met in any field.
Yes.
Ever.
Tom Segura was sitting next to me. And he was just trying to introduce himself. Very nice to meet you. He kind of knew who we were. I think he knew who some American comedians were. But he was trying to get on stage, and I was like, God, man, I can't imagine hustling to get stage time. He goes, do me a favor. Tom says, he goes, Google his net worth. I was like, what? He was like, Google his net worth. I Googled it, and it's like fucking crazy high. Yeah. And he goes, he doesn't need to be doing anything. And he's doing this.
Yeah, no. He's a workaholic.
He is a worker. And
he loves it. I'm going to see Oasis with him in the summer.
Really?
Yeah.
Where? In
London.
Oh, wow.
I'm going out to see it, yeah.
Is there anyone you drink with?
That I would drink with?
Like if someone's like, hey, man, I want to have a drink with you. And you're like, just everyone, you'd be like, oh, I don't drink anymore.
I don't think there's I've had drinks with famous people before, so that doesn't hold any allure. Yeah. Look, if my grandfather came back to life, that would be a dude that I would want to have a drink with. You know, one of my granddads was a cool dude that I would have liked to met him as an adult and spend some adult time with him, but he died when I was, early teens.
What about Hank turns 21?
Yeah, look, his mother still drinks, so it's not like he's in a completely sober atmosphere and I expect he's going to try it out and all that sort of stuff. But I was saying, his generation, 80% less, and they look down on us. But what they don't get is, if we didn't drink, we were never going to have sex with anyone.
Yeah.
There's no way you could walk across. Like we had to get into a dimly lit room where the music was so loud that your personality couldn't come into play in any way. Then with a girl that you had to be drunk, you had to meet another person, and then her friends would try to talk her out of having sex with you.
Yeah.
Right? None of this can be done sober.
Yeah.
Right? They're on dating apps like this. Yes, no, yes, no. And then like one comment, I don't like this comment. It gave me the ick, block. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course you don't drink. If I could get sex when I was in my teens.
Oh my God.
If I could get sex just by
never
chatting to a person
I
before,
would just be fucking right now.
The dreams of the apps is for men our age, they don't know how good they have it. Of course you're not going to fucking be drinking if you can just sort of, but there's no one, because they're not having one night stands. They're talking to each other for days and weeks before they meet up.
Yeah.
They have a familiarity and then they have sex. We were literally trying to have sex with someone we met an hour ago.
Yeah.
Try doing that sober. That's fucking impossible. We were warriors. Warriors.
I got one picture of my wife before I met her. There was one picture I saw.
Yeah.
Do you like her? That's it. I didn't get to scroll, look at her ankles, anything.
Mate, I'm trying to do my biography, and they said, get some pictures of your childhood for the book.
Mm-hmm.
11 fucking pictures of my entire childhood. That's how many my parents took. My son has so many photos of him taken every hour that if you flick through my ex's phone like this, he'd be animated, moving.
Yeah, I have documented my daughter's childhood. I mean, I have documented it perfectly.
Yeah.
I have so many great pictures. I had someone just sent me one the other day of me at a prom, and I was like, oh, wow, I'd never seen that picture in my life.
Yeah. I know there's this. I look back at my son's childhood, and there's shit I don't remember. Vacations, and I'm like, we went there, did we? Oh, that's awesome. And it is wonderful to have these photos. But I just think back to like how little we fucking documented, like in the 90s. But it was kind of okay. So back in the 90s, right? Everyone now holding their phones up at concerts.
Mm-hmm.
We held up naked flames.
Yeah.
All of us, the whole room held up naked flames until your thumb got burnt, and then you go, oh, I'll wait for a ballot, put it down for a bit.
I bet they don't even know where that came from. Kids holding up the flashlights.
Yeah.
I bet they don't know that it used to be a lighter.
With women's hair that had so much hairspray in it that it was buffed out like this, and you were holding a naked flame. Now, what would happen at a concert would be there'd be a girl, she couldn't see anything, so she'd get up on her boyfriend's shoulders. People behind would complain, she's in the way. So what would that lovely lady do?
She'd show her tits.
She'd show her tits to appease the crowd.
Yeah.
Now, no one thought less of her. The men didn't think less. The women thought, I wish I had the confidence.
Yeah.
And we all moved on with our fucking day. That woman now, 1,000 photos would go
and then destroy her life.
Yeah, she might have problems at work, or she might be a school teacher, she might be a this, she might be a that. We all moved on. Everything was fine. You know what I mean? Like we would all applauded her and moved on with our fucking day. But this generation, they have to be sober because they're being filmed all the fucking time. and you can't make fuck-ups. Do you remember you'd come home, you'd be drunk, you'd wake up, you'd black out. What happened? Oh, you whipped your dick out in the bar and you go, oh, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And you'd move on with your fucking life.
I was trying to explain Girls Gone Wild to my daughter. And she was like, why would they do that? And I said, because cameras were like, if a camera showed up, you would act like a lunatic for a camera.
Yeah.
Like if a camera showed up, you'd be like, I'll do anything.
Yeah, and well, not only a camera, they were getting a free T-shirt.
Oh, yeah. Dude, we've been to 2 hours. I got fucking...
Oh, I got to go. Well, just to plug it, watch The Snake.
Watch The Snake. I can't wait to watch Snake. Son of a Carpenter tour.
The first episode is a lot of explaining and stuff, but by episode 3, you'll be in on The Snake. I'm in on The Snake. I'm very privileged to be able to host it. I think it's the only time the accents actually helped out because they want someone to go, The Snake.
The Snake.
Are you the Snake? Who's the Snake?
Your Jordan Peele movie, Him, comes out September 19th.
September 19th. Yeah, that's coming out. And I'm interested to see that as well. It's the first drama I've ever done, man.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird doing drama because, when you do comedy and they go, cut, everyone goes, that was really funny.
Yeah.
And then when they do drama, they go, cut, moving on.
Oh.
And we're a breed of people that need instant gratification. We need someone to tell us that we're awesome and we did a good job, and laughter does that right away.
Yes.
And so it's like, all that bullshit like, oh, comedy's harder than drama. Not for me. I find the comedy way easier. I look at movies like Schindler's List and I think to myself, that would have been a depressing day. There's no like, all right, okay, action, put them back in the chamber and cut. All right.
Great job, guys.
Yeah, no one
that was awesome.
Yeah, no one high fives at the end of that and goes, that was funny. I'm going to tell you a little thing about when you had the premiere of The Machine.
Yeah.
Seriously, that was one of my favorite nights in comedy ever. It was just, there was so much love there. There was so much, you walked in with your parents and the red carpet was so awesome. And you invited me along to the show and we don't hang out a lot, but I just wanted to say that I really appreciated that. That was just really good to watch.
Oh,
someone succeed, someone fucking be happy in this career. And all the comedians who came along, we're a jealous bunch.
Yeah.
Everyone was fucking happy for you, bro.
Oh, thank you.
I remain happy for you to this day, man.
But
every bit of success that you have is more than fucking earned. And if you ever think otherwise, you're wrong. You're a great guy, Bert. And I appreciate you having me on the podcast.
Jim, I love you to death. Thank you so much.
No worries, man.
Fuck yeah. That was a great goddamn podcast.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.